Question 2 says, if x is a non-zero number, is x positive? So we are assuming that x is different from 0. X cannot take the value of 0. So, if x is the square of an integer, we have two cases. That x is the square, for example, of a positive integer such as 5. That would be 25. The answer is yes, because 25 is positive. Another possibility is that x is the square of a negative integer, for example, negative 7. And x would be 49. We have another yes. Is it possible that x equals 0? No, because if x is a non-zero number, it cannot be 0, so it cannot be the square of 0. So there is no chance for a negative answer. A unique answer to the question follows, and statement 1 is considered sufficient. So what about statement 2? We are in a similar situation perhaps, but here we have no chance to evaluate 0 because x is assumed to be different from 0. Let's use a little bit another tool, which is algebra. If x plus 1 is positive, we can represent this as x plus 1 is greater than 0. So this simply means that x is greater than negative 1. If we represent this on a number line, then we can see that all possible values of x are to the right of negative 1. Now we can clearly see that in this interval that has been shaded, there are both positive and negative numbers. So the answer to the question is not unique. For example, say that we pick as the value of x negative 0.5. Okay, the answer to the question would be no, because negative 0.5 is greater than negative 1, but is not positive. While if we pick as a possible value of x, for example, 2, then 2 is greater than negative 1, and it is also positive. So we have a yes for an answer. Different answers to the same question imply that the statement is not sufficient. So in this case, we need to consider what answer choice corresponds to the results of our evaluation of the statements. The statement 1 by itself is sufficient, says option A, but the statement 2 by itself is not sufficient. So good. This is exactly what we're looking for. The correct answer to this question would be option A.